You are looking live at Mennen Sports Arena in Morristown, New Jersey, where the New Jersey Rockets are getting set to face off against the New Jersey Colonials. It's the Battle of New Jersey, let's face it. Joe Rizzo here bringing you all the action. There's a pretty good attendance of fans. You couldn't necessarily tell because the arena is so big. Both teams getting set over there. Some of those fans, teammates, sideline, former teammates coming on premises to root on the Rockets tonight. And there's even a couple of other familiar faces that are scattered around in other parts on other rinks in this arena. Rockets head into this game at 7-1. Their lone loss to the State Line Hawks from Mamaroneck, New York. That was last weekend. And that was just a 2-0 loss with one goal allowed at the end of the game with the net empty. So the team defense has been the story for the Rockets all season. They've kept some potent opponents at bay, and their scoring at times has been very potent, and other times maybe not so much, but almost all the time it's been enough or more than enough, and they continue to get better. Colonials situated on the bench that's more in front of us. I could go right to the red line, but the perch is a little bit better from this part. In the big arena, there's almost no bad spot to go, but this is the one that we chose. There might be times when I can zoom in, but usually we like to keep it at this angle because some guy is the cameraman and the streamer and likes to hear himself talk and all that other stuff. So we don't want it to be too difficult. This is probably the best way we could bring it to you. On October 1st, 2022, Arialis Markland has been spectacular this season. She will occupy the net to your left. I think that's Shumba on the Colonials. Liftoff! Game number 9 for the Rockets. Welcome to October hockey. Rockets in the black jerseys with red trim mostly, and a little yellow, and a little white, and a little gray. Colonials in their tried and true traditional whites with the blue pants and red trim. Rockets move it around their defensive zone. That's Kira Redmond. She started on D with Grace Matone. The forward line, PJ Jacobus at center, Francesca Hansen on the right wing, Hope Menikillo on the left wing. Colonials move it in from the left side. That was Latham down to Martin below the end line. She's hounded by Matone, and her centering feed never goes through. This big arena and the ice surface with a lot of room has a little extra room behind the nets and behind the end line than the rinks that we're used to seeing. So the Colonials very often have their offense set to take advantage of that. They will park somebody behind that end line and cycle the puck over there. Whistle and a stoppage of play, and they're calling too many men on the ice right off the bat, or maybe it was just an offside that they missed. He's giving the signal for too many, and I think that is what is going to be. So we are just a minute 12 into the game. Hallie Connolly will head to the penalty box to serve the bench minor for too many on the ice for the Rockets. Killing it off up front, Grace Ulrich and Cici Nieves welcome back into the lineup over there. And that is picked up by Lauren Fox. She is on D with Erin Bruno. Otterbein chases after Bruno, who curls around with that significant amount of space below the end line that we talked about. Martell keeps it in, gives Bruno a little shoulder for her worth, and 4 players gather round. We're glad you are joining us. We know we have a lot of contingents from the Colonial side, and we're always glad to accept compliments from their side as well. And I do appreciate all the well wishes and compliments that I have received, not just today, but over the years from our rivals when they're on the ice, the Colonials, and some who are good friends off the ice as well, or at least from the girls and the parents. Martell moves it up the far side wing, centered right down the middle, and the Colonials will bring it in. They'll dump it, and it looks like Otterbein the first to get it. It comes up to the near side wing. Rizzo's over there. She'll skate it off the boards. Tries to chip it forward. Cody picks it off. Backhand shot, and there's a save by Markland. Rizzo took her down, so there was no rebound attempt right there. Here comes Jacobus. She's killing it up front with Rizzo, and that is a potent penalty-killing duo. They will look to score whenever possible, even if they're shorthanded, which the Rockets will be for 28 more seconds. Rizzo gets it, uses the two most valuable things in hockey, time and space. Ulrich jumps on for Jacobus. Rizzo jumps off, and Hansen comes on to kill off the last 15 seconds. Ulrich will try to kill this off by herself down in the corner, but two Colonials figure it out, and Grace Matone steps in. Oh, it looked like she kept it in right there, but a close call, and really no problem with the whistle. She stepped into it. It looked like she really had no chance, but when the rubber met the road, or the blade of her stick, it looked like it actually stayed in. 3 seconds left on the bench minor to the Rockets. Connolly will jump out from the far side boards, just to the left of your picture, which she does, and she'll join this forward line for the moment. Rockets still with an uneven number of forwards. Shot knocked away. Rebound goes wide. Connolly and Ulrich were both going for the same rebound. They bounded into each other. Hansen had the shot from the point right there and nearly found its way through. Colonials skated in, looking for some possession. Comes down the middle, wrist shot, stick save, rebound, another save by Markland, and she covers up. Colonials knocking on the door down low. Looked like Martin had the second shot right there, and Markland was up to the task. 13-14 left, first period from the big arena, Mennen Sports Arena. There's a few rinks here. This is the best one to get a view. Shot sent wide. Rebound attempt was beyond the end line there. Sperling was over there. Comes to the left wing. Rockets can't get it out. Hansen tries to skip it forward, and all players whiffed on it. She and Latham. Latham might have gotten a piece. Hansen tried to shovel it forward with the skates. Couldn't quite connect. There you see the difference in experience playing in this rink. They have a lot of room down there. Martin shrugged down by Menichello. It comes to Latham in the middle. She was trying to get it to the potent Sperling, but no dice. Rockets clear it out. That's going to hit the end line with a view of the scoreboard. If you could read it, it says 12:35 left, period 1. 3 shots on goal for the homestanding Colonials, 1 so far for the Rockets. 0-0 the score. Face off to Markland's right. Ulrich battles in the circle, and it's knocked out of there by Connolly. Sprinting ahead is Nieves. She's back into the lineup, which is good news, and the Rockets are still a little shy. You saw maybe in the beginning the fuchsia-haired Kirsty Kamerkar here supporting her mates, but still not ready to rejoin them on the ice. Colonials move it in. Nieves tries to move it out, but it just gets to the point. It's sent down low by Kepler, it looked like, who got it through traffic but not on net. It comes toward the point. Noshera was there. Otterbein now. Cody. It comes to Connolly, who chips it for Ulrich, and now Nieves. They'll try to break out. It's going to be a one-on-one. Ulrich against Kepler. Ulrich down the middle. Ulrich tries to center, but there were 5 Colonials there, and the Rockets are able to get a change. Rizzo in first pursuit of the puck. She gets elbowed right there. Let's see if that's a call. They're going to call too many men on the ice. They're not going to call the blatant elbow by Kepler that knocked down Rizzo, with the puck not being there. Rizzo took an elbow to the cage in yesterday's game. She takes an elbow right there in pursuit of the puck. No call except for too many on the Rockets. I'm not sure why they're confused on the change, but Connolly will go serve the bench minor. Killing it up front are Rizzo and Jacobus, the potent pair when they're killing penalties. Shrug down. Rockets are going to be even up right there as Martin cross-checked Jacobus in the back, and that'll even it up. So 9 seconds of power play time for the Colonials as Martin will head over to the box. That'll move the faceoff outside of the Rockets' defensive zone and into the offensive zone 4-on-4. Sperling and Cody are going to be up front in the 4-on-4 for the Colonials. Rizzo and Jacobus for the Rockets. The defense pair is Redmond with Matone. Face-off is going to go to the Colonials. They try to chip it out, but Redmond keeps it in. Rizzo trying to hustle back and pressure Kepler. Rizzo hounding Kepler there. Knocks the puck away from her for a moment, but it spins out to the forehand side, and Kepler's able to bring it in, send it over the line, and dump it. Colonials in the passive 1-3 here when they're 4-on-4. They're looking to get some possession with a little open ice. Mercera up there. She sends it down low, but Redmond picks it off. Redmond looking forward for Rizzo, but Cody came up from behind. They lose the puck there. Rizzo's going to try to chip it, but Kepler gets there first. Those two will battle, pushing, shoving. It goes into the Rockets zone. It comes out of the Rockets zone, sent along the line. That was actually kept onside. It never crossed over the line, but the whistle and the stoppage of play nonetheless. Looks like both teams will complete their changes on at least the forward side for the Rockets, and it looks like all four for the Colonials. 10:45 left, first period. We're glad you're joining us from rainy Morristown, New Jersey. It's rainy outside, but you can always count on what it's going to be like inside of a hockey rink. And it's nice and easy to prepare for that. It's the turn into the month of October, and it's getting a little more chilly in these rinks, let alone outside. Bruno tries to send it up, but Latham picks it off. Latham comes in on Matone. Wrist shot, shrugged away, and it finds its way in off the pop-up. Latham got the close angle wrist shot. The first shot is the one that went in. There was no rebound that was put in. Markland shrugged it off, it looked like, with the left shoulder. It popped straight up in the air, and it looked like it just hit off of her back and trickled in. So you get the puck on net, good things happen, and Latham is the goal scorer 4-on-4. They removed the penalty from the board, but that actually shouldn't be removed. There's only 9 difference in terms of seconds, 9 seconds difference between the two penalties. The cross-check to Martin, and it's the Rocket second bench minor here for too many on the ice. Rockets will start the 4-on-4 with Jacobus and Minikillo up front, Bruno and Fox on D, Cohen and Latham up front for the Colonials. Who bring it back in. Martel picked off by Jacobus, and now Minikillo. Hope will march in, wrist shot, glove save. Held there, and they get the whistle. She was looking to play it. But the whistle came quickly as we breached the 10-minute mark of time remaining in period 1. 1-0 Colonials. The Rockets really haven't trailed much this season. This is the earliest they've trailed in any game so far. So we'll see how they respond. Jacobus wins the faceoff. Minikillo gets it back to Bruno, who sends it to Fox. Down low for Jacobus. She'll play catch with Fox. Fox banks it off the boards for Jacobus at the half board. Shot from the dot. It hit Martel in the behind and comes to the near side, where it is skated up and sent into the zone. Brennan trying to battle through Bruno. Bruno's going to win this one and move it up forward for Minikillo. 9:30 left, first period, 1-0 Rockets trailing to the Colonials. Yes, I was going to say it the wrong way, but I made the sentence elongated so I wouldn't actually give you an ill fact. Connolly jumps out of the box. Martin's out. Full and even strength for both teams. Dievish tripped over the blue line in pursuit. Wrist shot, and it eludes Markland and finds its way in as the Colonials double the lead with 9:01 left in the first period. Markland got handcuffed by that one. It was a wrist shot that got her just below the blocker, but more on just underneath the crest of the logo on her jersey, and it eludes her and finds its way in for a 2-0 lead. So the Rockets finding really their first elongated bit of adversity here this season. And it's not a surprise that it will come against the Colonials. It's a familiar group for the most part between the two teams that have played so many times over the years in some form or fashion. That one's sent down. It's not going to be an icing because it went right through the wickets of one of the players. Kepler trying to get it. It takes a funny bounce off the backboards. Nieves in pursuit. Ulrich in pursuit. Cook there. All three Rockets in kind of one spot, back checking and hustling back. Goes to the far side. Matone reverses it. Otterbein was in pursuit. Redmond's going to get it. She has a little room and she looks for the long pass to Ulrich. She connects on it. Ulrich and Cook. Rizzo joins in. 3-on-3. Ulrich crosses the crease and Cook will battle for it on the far wing. She goes to the point. Matone's there. Matone sends it toward the net, but Otterbein picks it off, chips it out, looking for Sperling. And Sperling will hold it instead of trying to make the break. She'll use her D. Oh, Rizzo nearly picked it off and walked in. Rizzo gets the puck again, can't get it through. But Jacobus flies in with it. Jacobus will head to the net. She'll take the wrist shot and it deflects up and into the protective netting behind the goal. So the Rockets with probably their best overall scoring chance right there. As you see, an armada of red-clad hockey players marching in. Face-off won by the Colonials, but picked off and sent at the net by Menichello. There's a right pad save, and it goes to the corner. They'll work it around. That's Riley in the net. I think I said Shumba before, but it was Riley. I read the pregame wrong. Sorry, Rileys. Comes to the near side boards. Menichello looking to draw a defender and move the puck away. Hansen steers it up toward Bruno. Bruno takes a shot. It's off Martin, but Bruno picks it up before Martin could run away with it. Right in front of the boards, Bruno's there. She wisely did not send it in because Sperling was looking to pick it off of her stick and walk in, and that's 14 in white is about the last one that you want walking in on your goalie alone. She's a special player, Jessie Sperling. Grace Ulrich's been pretty special this year too, and she gets by Martell but sends it in a little too strongly. Riley's going to cover that up and nearly had her own teammate uncover it for her. Rockets now, let's see if they add that as a sixth shot on goal. They're trailing 2-0, but they've evened up some of the play, at least in terms of the offensive zone and offensive chances. Ulrich on the dot, Connolly in the slot, Rizzo on the far wing. Redmond on right D, Matone on the left point. Rizzo battles for it there. It's picked up and swept by Otterbein, but she finds a little company back there. Rizzo battling with her, 13 against 13. That seems to happen so much in games. The 13s always seem to find one another. Cody gets the outlet pass. She's got to try to beat Redmond. Beats her once, beats her again. Wrist shot sent over the net. Cody just was able to power through Redmond. She sent it off of her skate as she was trying to chip it forward. Wrist shot whistled over the net, and she got in, but once she got to Markland, she just shot it over the net. So a big break for the Rockets. The ever-steady Redmond didn't get any puck luck there. Sent around, Connolly interrupts the outlet pass. Steers back, bumps into Jacobus. Three Rocket forwards again. They're kind of bunched up on the forecheck, and that gives an easy dump and change for the Colonials. Redmond up to Rizzo. She's got Connolly with her. Colonials completing a change. Rizzo gains the center line, has to dump it, and she will curl off for a change as Jacobus pursues behind the net, taking away time and space. Picked off, oh, it looked like for a moment. Cohen's there to help out. Beard gets that one, and she gets dumped as she had her back to the attacker. Not a cross-check, just people going for the puck. It comes to the point and sent down low. Jacobus gets up off of a knee and the genuflect, hoping that her prayers get answered here. Picked off, and it looks like Brennan, but she gets it swiped away by Fox. Swiper, the Fox. Swiper, yes, swiping that one away. Comes to the point, moved forward, and not through the crease or the slot. And Fox is able to pick that one up, send it off of Ulrich's skates. Will continue to follow it. A little Keystone Cops there. Ulrich one-on-one, has one to beat, can't do it. And the Colonials send it out. That's not going to be an icing. It's just not, oh, it could be. They waved it off early. In the end, it probably could have been an icing. Cook gets it and was sending it for Menikillo. Ulrich putting on the pressure. Menikillo keeps that one in. Oh, it looked like she kept it in. It was right at the line. But they blow it dead for the offside. 4:14 left, period one, 2-0 Colonials. They are in the white jerseys. The Rockets are in the black jerseys. Yeah, we could give you all the details of the trim and everything like that, and maybe we'll zoom in for a closer look between periods. But for now, we're going to do it this way. Martin chips it forward. Redmond's going to pick it up. 3 Colonials down low as Redmond tries to chip it to herself, but it's picked off, curled around, wrist shot, kick save by Markland. Redmond picks it back up, sends it to Menikillo, who will steer it just enough out of the far wing, and it's sent in offside. Let's see if they call that the intentional offside and send the face-off all the way down. They don't. An intentional offside is when the referees deem that the player could have avoided it and just sent it in to get the whistle anyway. And in that case, the infracting team, if that's a word, the team committing the infraction would have the face-off come back in front of their own goalie. That didn't happen there. Colonials move it up. Latham, she has one of the goals. The other, I'm not sure who it was. I don't have your roster memorized so perfectly, Colonials fans. Sorry about that. Next time. Tipped out by Hansen. Jumps off for a change. Rizzo and Cook will join Connolly out there, who picks that pass off, gets it into the zone. Rizzo tries to steer it forward, can't do it. 3-on-2. Colonials coming in. Cook hustling back to make it a 3-on-3. Connolly's going to curl down the middle. Rockets sort of bunched up in a lot of places. Martin's in front. There's a shot, a rebound, and a goal. The Rockets are just getting too bunched up in the middle. The forwards are bunching, whether they're in the middle of the ice or down in their defensive zone, and it's 3-0 Colonials with 2:51 left in period one. We haven't seen defensive breakdowns like this for the Rockets thus far this season. They still have a lot of time to get it together, and we know that they are a potent crew up front. Pretty much any forward, let alone the defenseman, can score goals at any time. Led for the moment by Menikillo, with Hansen and Ulrich having pretty big numbers already. Rizzo on the breakaway. Oh, she couldn't quite handle the pass, but she got behind the D, and it looked like Nieves was there hitting her with the home run pass. So the Rockets going to try to knock on the door. That one comes in onside. Bumped on the far wing. A gaggle of players. Eventually picked off and sent down. This one would be an icing. The puck's on its end, and they will wave it off. Well, okay, I'm dubious as to why they waved it off. Looked like a pretty clear icing by the Rockets. Ulrich in pursuit first on the forecheck, forces the long pass and the turnover. Ulrich is going to try to get through that one. She gets tripped right down, no call. Ulrich was stepping forward right into a stick, got dumped right in front of the ref, but they don't call it. There's flying bodies over there. Fox and Menikillo. Rockets need to turn it around here. They got to staunch the bleeding. They're down 3-0, and this is their biggest deficit of the season. Prior to this, their biggest deficit was 2 goals, and that was for about 5 seconds. Colonials move it out of the zone. Martel powering it forward. Bruno there, Menikillo. They ping-pong it forward. Hansen comes in the middle to force the errant pass. That can't be a dump or a break-in. Beard's going to grab this one. Hansen there trying to pick it off of her. Does that, but 54. I always forget if it's McCaffrey or McCarthy. Puck loose. Oh, I thought they were going to blow the whistle. It eluded my vision. Wraparound attempt. Brennan, she doesn't get the chance. Sends it to Martel. Can't get it through traffic. Bunted down by Ulrich, sent to Bruno, chipped up for Hansen. She'll try to power it through. McCaffrey is able to step in and prevent that from happening. Bruno back in her own end, up for Rizzo, and Hansen sent forward. Cohen was over there. Now brought in by the Colonials. Wrist shot knocked away with the blocker by Markland with 19 seconds left in the period. Picked off by Grennan. She goes through the slot. She goes to the far circle, sends it to the top of the circle. Wrist shot goes wide. 8 seconds. Rockets need to get this thing out of there. They're not going to have enough time to score. Here comes Jacobus. If she rags it, sends it to Cook, that's going to expire the period. And not a good period for the Rockets, and a very, very good period for the Colonials, who will carry a 3-0 lead into the second. We'll give you a little closer look here. Colonials 10 shots to the Rockets 5, including the last 4 of the period for the home team. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, and every time we are doing a live stream or uploading content, and if you hit the alerts button as well, then you'll get an update and you'll know, hey, it's time for New Jersey Rockets girls hockey, or it's time to see the game that I want to see, which includes the Rockets and maybe some other teams. It could be your team. It could be your daughter, your granddaughter, your great-granddaughter, your niece, your friend, or if you're watching on demand, it could be yourself. And we're glad for the support that you've given us, and very thankful for all of that over the last couple of years as the channel has grown. And we do very much appreciate the support from both sides, and in particular the Colonials, our good friends over there. Rivals, friends once the girls are off the ice. The way it should be, old school. So the Rockets were guilty very early of 2 penalties for too many men on the ice. They seem to have fixed that issue, but maybe it's with their changes. The forwards have been bunched up in different parts of the ice, meaning the neutral zone, even in the defensive zone, kind of in each other's way a little bit. Let's see if they could spread the ice out the way they have been doing so well to start this season. Colonials send the puck down. Markland lets it go. That one sent right down the middle of the ice for a quick icing. Whistle and a stoppage of play 17 seconds into period 2. 3-0 Colonials. Now 11 shots to the Rockets 6. Ulrich on the dot. You know, I didn't do liftoff, period 2. But yes, that's in fact what has happened. And here comes Hansen trying to break through Kepler. Kepler turned the right way. If she turned the other way, Hansen was going to walk in. It comes down to Markland. She covers that one up after the stop. So 16:27 as we just tick moments off the clock rather than chunks. Nieves with Rizzo and Cook. That will be the forward line. I don't think we've seen this grouping together yet. Fox and Bruno on D. Otterbein will take the face-off for the Colonials. It's won by Nieves, but a lot of traffic back there. Rockets will win it out. This is Nieves. She's going to skate it up the right wing, chip it forward for herself. Kepler got it, turns to the near side, and it chips off of Fox's stick, it looked like, and into the Colonials bench. They'll face it off just like they do to start a period, but 50 seconds have gone, and we'll just say it, liftoff. Maybe that'll change the fortunes. Nieves comes with it down low, using the significant room behind the net over there. Martel knocks it away from her for a moment. Centering attempt was kicked away by one of the Colonial skates over there, not the goaltenders. It comes to the near side board, Cook pressing. 4 Rockets over there, and 1 Bruno on the right of your picture playing safety. Rizzo walked out of there with it, but couldn't hold on to it. Cook will come out of it. Boards, down low, shot! Save and covered up. Rizzo was behind the D, looking to pound that one in. So they gain the offensive zone draw, their 7th shot of the game for the Rockets. Down 3-0. They need to just get one, as the great coach Bill Parcells, champion twice with the Giants, always said, get the 0 off the board. That's your first thing that you need to do in any game, especially a big game, an important game against a good opponent. Sent in, they're going to call Bruno for a trip. So the Rockets have been on the wrong end of these calls thus far. There was another one just like that went the other way, where Ulrich was tripped. It was the same way. This was a trip. I'm not saying Bruno didn't commit the foul, but there was an identical play in the same spot, literally the same spot of the ice, because it was the first period, where Ulrich was skating through, got a stick right underneath and was tripped, where she would have had a chance to walk in, actually. It probably would have even been a better scoring chance. So the Rockets will have to kill it off. Hansen up front with Ulrich, Matone, and Redmond on D. Redmond steps into Sperling right there before she could get off the one-timer, and that's the way you got to guard Jessie Sperling. You can't give her any room. She will put that thing in the back of the net. Martin tried to win the face-off toward Latham, but it was interrupted. They'll send it through the top of the slot. Latham chips it out for Martel, who has to retreat. Martel sends it across, and they work the middle of the ice through the Colonials. Sperling over there decides to take a step back to move forward, and does it with a pass to Latham. Latham centering feed, one-timer, kick save off the shot by Martin. Markland just got the left toe on it to keep it 3-0. Ulrich is going to try to chip that one out, but Martin comes through and soccers it with the right knee pad or shin pad forward. She'll play with it along the end line. Centering feed knocked down by Matone. It comes between the points and fired in, but after a couple of redirections, Markland got a look at it, and she's able to stop it and cover it. 14:23 left, period 2. Rockets have to do a little rope-a-dope here. They're killing off another penalty, and they're trailing 3-0. 15-7 the shots for the Colonials. 5-2 in the second period for the Colonials. Nieves on the dot, wins it. Redmond has to hustle over. She beats Cody for the puck. Cody lifts the stick. Centering feed knocked away. It comes on the back door, and it's backhanded in. Rockets left the back door open, and the Colonials found it, and they pushed the lead to 4-0. Rockets just definitely, they're having trouble with the way the Colonials are negotiating that significant amount of extra space behind the net in the offensive zone. This is a unique rink in terms of that. It's not sized and lined the way that pretty much all the other rinks are that we see. So the Rockets' hole becomes deeper. That's a power play goal for the Colonials, and the Rockets just got to get the 0 off the board. Here comes Menichello. Backhand at the net, was looking back door, and Nieves was there, but it didn't get through because Riley got a piece of it with her goal stick. Battled for in the far corner. Bruno cheats down as Hansen covers her point. Bruno sends it between the circles from the right side. It was redirected there and saved. I should have probably gotten a lot more excited about that, because that was a heck of a scoring chance as Bruno fired it and Menichello redirected it. Riley with the save, perhaps her most difficult of the game. Ulrich on the dot, Rizzo in the slot, Cook on the right wing. Cook will get the face-off off the win. Fox is there. Fox has to throw it to the near side corner. Ulrich trying to battle for it there. Cook comes along to help out. It comes to the point, or toward the point. Rizzo almost got it in front. She'll try to hustle into the corner. still pushing and shoving over there. Ulrich's there as well. Cohen is there. One of the Colonials is down. I'm not sure which one that is. 2. Comes to the point. Tried to keep it in was Bruno. Sent forward for Brennan. Brennan tries to get through 1, but eventually can't get through Fox. She was with Beard. Rizzo tries to send it forward. Just couldn't get enough juice on it to get it to Cook. Beard comes in over the right wing. She'll dump it and chase right after it. Again, all that space behind the net. The Colonials are used to that. And Fox with a little push. Oh boy, Beard folds in half like a chair, and that didn't look like much right there, but that's going to be a penalty on Fox. Looked like she just gave a push. They're going to call it a check. Puck was there. Players were already in contact. Stronger player wins the battle, but sometimes when it's from behind and it's close to the boards, the referees will have a quick whistle. It looks like what happened there. Rockets now have to kill another one off, trailing 4-0, 16-8 the shots in favor of the Colonials. Nieves wins the face-off over to Redmond. Martin there hounding her. She does this quite the same thing that Fox just did to Beard, but no call there because she's doing it to a more sturdy player perhaps. Sent at the net, sticked aside by Markland. Centering feed knocked away by Redmond. Picked up by Sperling. Wrist shot was ticketed for the far side, but Markland got the blocker on it. Nieves will skate it out over the right wing. Takes a hack over there and sends it forward. Will pick it up for herself. Hit the brakes, trying to use the feet to get possession. Second Colonial comes in. That's Martin, and she'll fish it out with 12:15 left in the second period. Her team leading 4-0 and 1:15 on the power play for the Colonials. The penalty to Fox. Ulrich's going to pick this one up but can't get it out. And Connolly, now the other forward, will help her get it out. Connolly picks it off. Let's see if she can get in with the shorthanded attempt. Connolly shoots, nearly found the top of the net on the near side, but the blocker saved by Riley, shorthanded. Haley Connolly picked that one off, had a little room, got off a nice shot, but Riley was able to get the blocker upstairs and deny her. Rockets now up to 9 shots. Redmond taken down. Shot off the pass attempt from behind, went through the crease. Colonials again using that space and spreading the Rockets out. Rockets bumping into each other here and there. Brought down low, Cody. She'll take her time. Oh, and she gets tapped down by Redmond, and they're going to call this one too. And Redmond's upset. I mean, that's just hockey right there. This is a terrible call. A terrible call right there. That's just an average bump, and they're going to call the check. So they're roughing. They're calling it a roughing. So the Homer coming out a little bit, and a bunch of Colonials people are probably screaming at their YouTube saying, "Shut up, Rizzo." But I just call it the way I see it. Rockets 3-on-5. The 3 are going to include Matone and Bruno plus Hansen, who maybe won that face-off, but has to take a posture defensively. They go between the points. McCaffrey's looking. She's going to walk it down, go between the slot. Redirected. Markland save off the redirection by Cody. And Bruno makes sure she gets nowhere near the goalie after that. Same group out there, Otterbein against Hansen in the face-off circle. Hansen tried to win it forward to see if she could send it out. Gets a little help as the D-to-D pass goes out of the zone. McCaffrey waits, tries to get it in, finds 2 Rockets there, and now the 4th is on the ice and out of the box. So it's a 5-on-4 for 90 seconds for the Colonials, who already have a 4-0 lead and have been the benefactors, I believe, of all but one of the 6 penalty calls in the game, which is a little dubious here. Hansen interrupted the breakout. Fox now over there. She'll pursue up front. Rockets have 3 defensemen out there, but that's because of the way the penalty expired. So Fox will take a shift, killing a penalty as a forward instead of her defensive posture. Wrist shot. Hansen gloved it down, sends it at the net all the way on the other side, avoiding the icing. Yes, there is a shorthanded chance for the Rockets here. a shorthanded situation, but icing is in effect at all times. Rizzo chases down Otterbein, preventing a scoring chance. Gets a little help there from Fox, who's now switched back to D. Nieves and Rizzo, the forwards. Bruno over there comes between the points. Wrist shot knocked away by one of the Rockets. Maybe it was Fox or Nieves. It trickles wide. Pushed out in front. Brennan tries to shovel it at the net, but Markland blocks it down and covers it up. We'll reset. The Rockets killed off a 5-on-3, albeit for a short time. They trail 4-0 to the Colonials, who have a 21-9 lead in shots and 19 more seconds left on the power play to Kira Redmond, who was called for roughing. Colonials win the face-off. Ulrich was trying to sprint it out. Matone's going to get a piece. Ends up getting it between the points. Beard is over there. She curls along the near side boards. Can't get the pass through Matone. Banks it off the boards to herself. 4 seconds left in the penalty. Rizzo chips it out. That's going to kill it off. And Redmond will exit the box on the far side, and she'll skate right across to the bench. We'll let you see that. And she jumps on the bench. Menichello jumps out there. Wrist shot by Beard, glove down by Markland. 9 minutes even, full and even strength for both clubs now, and the Rockets half a minute away from the midpoint in this game, need to start digging out of this 4-0 hole. They can do it. They have the weapons. And when the Rockets' offense catches fire, we've seen them score in bunches against very good teams and very good goalies. So, although they have not had the betterment of the play thus far, we'll see sometimes one play can just turn that around. Redmond's going to pick this up, try to move it out with Hansen. They chip it off the boards. Menichello and Hansen trying to work some magic. Chipped forward for Jacobus. She comes in 2-on-1 with Menichello. Wrist shot, score! There's the first one. The 0 is off the boards as Hope Menichello breaks in on a 2-on-1 with PJ Jacobus and finds the left side of the net. The Rockets have closed it to 4-1 with 8:23 left in period 2. Hansen picked it off along the far boards, left it for the streaking Jacobus, who came in 2-on-1. Jacobus drew the defender over, found Menichello in the slot. Hope marched down, got from close range a wrist shot that found the blocker side. So there it is, the first of the game, and let's see how both of these teams respond, because it's been all Colonials thus far on the scoreboard and in the power plays. And the Rockets, you could see it already. They've picked up their pace. Ulrich trying to pick it off, had help from Nieves right there. Colonials move it back in their own zone, spinning up and out. Nieves battling there, preventing the breakout, pass or march. Molagard sent it back to her D and now skates back in. She's one of the familiar names, 17 in white. She seems to change her number every year, and I always have to relearn her, even though I've been able to watch Rhiannon Molagard play for 5 or 6 years. Otterbein try to send it low, but it's all Rockets there. Ulrich, as now the pace is slowed to a snail's pace. Both teams have just let the play slow down here. Beard stops, hits the brakes, tries to center it for Cody, who can't get it at the net. Picked up on the far wing and chipped out by Connolly. Rockets will change at least one as Menichello comes out. They'll change another over there. Otterbein's going to skate it in. She's 2-on-2 with Beard. She's going to swing it wide, and Matone hands off the defender. So the Rockets are figuring it out there a little bit, and that's an offside. The Rockets are figuring out the Colonials' offense, the way they move the puck so deftly at the end line and below. There's a ton of space over there. It really looks like twice as much as we're used to. And the Rockets, now I was looking down and I see that Mennen is in the penalty box. I have no idea what for. There was an offside right there, but the Rockets just can't get a break here. This is playing the Colonials and the officials today. Latham, she tries to move it toward the net and she'll skate it behind the end line. Fox leaves the defender. Sperling on the half boards on the far side. Martell directs it back to Sperling, who's going to cheat back toward the point. O'Shara, the near side, the weak side defenseman, was going to cheat around, and with the umbrella, Jacobus pressuring Martell, forces the pass across. She gets it safely to Sperling. Sperling behind her own net, takes her time, sends it up toward the far side boards where Martell is going to pick it up. Tries to send it toward the middle, can't connect. And now Sperling will get it in, top of the circle, 1:09 left in the penalty. Jacobus is going to pursue that one, but Noshera gets it first, and Jacobus hit the brakes because she knew it was the end of her shift and she was changing for Ulrich. Ulrich and Hansen up front. Fox and Bruno on D killing it off. Fox will get it, chip it out. Ulrich has a chance for a shorthanded breakaway. Can she beat two defenders? Ulrich comes in looking for somebody, puts on the brakes, gets through the slot, loses it there. Rizzo pursuing, can't keep it in, but allows Ulrich to get the puck back. She banks it in. Rizzo trying to push up the boards on the right side. She's brought her game today. 13. 84 has brought her game today. Comes through neutral ice. Latham with 21 seconds left. Her dump attempt goes to Redmond, who's going to send Ulrich on the breakaway. If Gray sees it, oh, it just went under her stick on the wrong side. And why is that not an icing? I don't know why they didn't blow that whistle. So it's not just the penalty calls, it's the icings. I mean, that one went in the Rockets' favor, where it should have been an icing on the Rockets. I don't know why it wasn't. Marching in, Molagard gets it taken away. 17 gets it taken away by 71. Here comes Mennen, one to beat and getting help. Connolly streaking down the middle. Centering feed, Connolly got the stick on it but couldn't redirect it in as Riley got hers on it maybe first. Connolly trying to get a two-game scoring streak. She'll bring it over the line on the right side. Mennen over there. Jacobus in front if they could get it to her. They try to send it deep. Brennan's going to have a break unless Bruno can catch her. Bruno catches her and picks it off the stick of Brennan. Big thwarting attempt right there. Rockets have closed within 4-1. They gave up the first 4 of the game. They've evened up the play as well, despite the fact they haven't had any power plays and they've given up 6, a team that's been barely penalized all season. Marching at the net. Cohen tries to get it, but she gets it knocked away by Bruno. Connolly tries to chip it out. She has to keep battling over there. She does, and she gets enough on it to get it out and clear the zone. Colonials sloppy clear. Mennen comes in. She's got Ulrich with her. Mennen to Ulrich. She shoots it just wide. Oh, the Rockets were just about to have that deficit down to 2. Now they're firing on all cylinders and giving the Colonials at least something to think about here. 22-10 the shots for the Colonials. Ulrich chips it back for Cook. In front is Nieves if they could find her, but they can't keep possession behind the end line. It's sent up and kept in by Bruno deftly, picked up by Ulrich. Rockets can get the 2 forwards down low. Shot goes on net. Rebound there, swept away just in time by McCaffrey. Rockets really putting the pressure on now, looking to get this deficit down to 2. 2:45 left, period 2. Rockets are not quite in desperation mode, but there's McCaffrey stepping in on Bruno. It's all happening right in front of the bench of the Colonials. Otterbein tries to walk in, can't do it, gets interrupted. Molagard's the one to send it in. Cody is there, she's going to be first to get it. Spins, tries to shake off Fox, can't do it. Stick battle over there. Bruno comes to help out. Martin goes below the end line. Martin will go to the point. They'll try to tee it up there, get it through traffic. Markland blind save with the right pad. Somebody got a piece in front. It was Sperling. Wrist shot, blocker save by Markland. Martin up the near sideboard, sends it over the end line. She'll keep skating it, chip it past Bruno. Sperling is going to take her time, as she always does. So patient, Jessie Sperling. Martin will look, waiting, looking for a cycle. Not much movement, was looking for Sperling through the middle, but Markland interrupted the pass. Sperling tries to send it to Martin, shakes her head as the pass doesn't connect. Fox will try to chip this one out. Can the Rockets even get a power play here? They're playing hard. They're moving up. There's a high stick, but Nieves skates right through it. Nieves, wrist shot, right pad save by Riley. Nieves banks it off the boards for Ulrich. Ulrich trying to shovel it to Cook in front, couldn't get it through traffic. Cook was really looking for that one. Here comes Martin trying to sell out to make that pass. And Redmond was trying to pick it off and go the other way. Fast and furious now in the final minute of period 2. Rockets are trailing 4-1. They were down 4-0. They've had about 6 penalties to kill off, and they haven't had a power play of more than 9 seconds. Wrist shot through traffic, redirected, doesn't get to the net. Chipped up off the boards at the near side. Matone keeps it in. Matone trying to push it forward. Shoveled forward. Pushing and shoving over there. Latham, Hansen, Menichello trying to get that puck in the offensive zone. Cohen comes all the way down to pick it up. Picked off by Hansen. Oh, boy, Francesca nearly had that one right there. I thought she had it picked off. Colonials dump it in now with 10 seconds left in the period. Rockets now need to just get that thing out of there. No scoring chances, 4 seconds. Keep it on the side, Rockets, and you will exit this with a 4-1 deficit and no more. 24-12 shots in favor of the Colonials. They doubled up the Rockets in the first, 10-5, so that is a 14-6 edge in period 2. They said there would be no math, but we did the math anyway. We'll do it on the board for posterity, in case you just like to watch and you don't like to listen, in which case, well, if you are watching from Virginia, Vienna, Voskrensk, or Vermont, we are glad that you are joining us for Rockets hockey. It's a 4-1 deficit as they head into period number 3. Somebody wants to say hi to somebody. We'll show you the hellos.
Hi, Lily.
Okay,
and Rachel, if you're watching. And
everybody's saying hi to Lily, Rachel, teammates, former teammates, important people in our lives. That's you, Lily Rose Smith, whose games I got to call last season, and is now a Vermont Catamount. 17 minutes on the clock for period 3. Rockets trailing 4-1. 4 by the Colonials to start it. 1 in response by the Rockets thereafter. And it was Hope Menichello who got that one. And the Rockets were inches away from possibly getting the deficit down to 4-2 before the end of the period, as Grace Ulrich had a chance for a breakaway but just couldn't get the puck to settle on her stick. Some of these girls have played together on teams in the past or on spring teams, and I see as the next game is getting ready, some other familiar faces, KK and Bay. Jacobus on the dot, Hansen on the near side wing, Menichello on the far side. Liftoff, period 3, as the Rockets try to pull one out against the Colonials. The battle of the two teams that are called New Jersey. playing in Morristown, New Jersey at Mennen Sports Arena. Kept in on the left side by Fox. Menichello centers it for Hansen, who tries to steer it back to the corner. Kept in at the point by Jacobus. Shoveled down for Menichello to Hansen. Oh, she had the one-timer, but Brennan, it looked like, got a piece of the stick. Down low, Hansen, backhander goes just wide. Menichello centers it. Bruno's going to hustle to the point. Ulrich there. Can she keep it in? She can't. She was trying to get it down low. Menichello and Hansen held their spots down low. Cohen with the wrist shot finds the skates of a defender. Chipped forward by the Rockets. Menichello will come out. One-on-one. Menichello's there. Wrist shot off the blocker and wide. Picked up by Ulrich. She can't get through Cohen, but she'll maintain possession and do it all again. She dumps it deep. Connolly trying to beat Kepler to it on the far side. Kepler gets there first, shovels it ahead. Knocked away for a moment, but they'll break out. Brennan, she's against Redmond. Redmond knocks it away, picks up possession. Brennan turns and will hustle back for a change. Rockets moving out of the zone with alacrity. Ulrich to Nieves on the left wing. Puts on the brakes, tries to get it through traffic. Otterbein kicked it down. Here's Connolly, if she can get it. She's 1-on-2, gets the stick lifted. Still battling though. Redmond tries to get it in. More stick lifting. A lot of sticks are being lifted, which is good hockey, but some of those sticks are getting high up and staying there a little too long. Still no calls on that. All the power plays have gone to the Colonials. You can make of that what you will. And then otherwise, relatively even played game where the Colonials have had an advantage in possession, but not a great advantage. Sent up toward the middle. Noshera is able to get that one out as they were looking to hit Rizzo for the home run pass. Cody sends it forward, trips over a stick. Not a trip. Rizzo up the far side boards. Martel grabs it at the point, sends it all the way across ice. Redmond's going to be the first to get there. Send it forward for Cook. Cook looking for Rizzo. Couldn't quite connect as Cody got a piece of it before she could release it the way she wanted. Wrist shot was deflected off a stick and eludes Markland's net. Two Colonials skate it right out. Centering feed. Wrist shot. Big save with the mask by Markland. Alone in front were two Colonials, and they really should be up 5-1 now, but Markland kept them in it. Here comes Ulrich. She shifts it over for Cook. Cook trying to get through Martel. Rizzo steps in. Oh, she gets decked right there. Where's the roughing? Where is it? They're just not going to call it. They're going to call it one way, and the Rockets are going to have to fight that uphill battle. Just the same thing that's happening, that's the Rockets are getting called for, they're not getting the calls against. Rizzo just takes a direct fist right to the face, goes down on a push that was 5 times as hard as one of the ones that melted one of the Colonials before. But that's the way you got to play it. You got to dig in and say it's Rockets versus everybody. So let's see if they could do it. They have 13-18 to figure it out. Rizzo gets it out of the zone, was looking for Hansen there. She's got Martin, and Latham then picks it in and walks in, but she's going to lose that to the back-checking Nieves, who chips it past Sperling. This is Hansen coming up the right wing. It comes out of the zone. Hansen picks it back up. She sends it to Nieves. Menichello now on the opposite wing. Hansen going to try to get the wrist shot through. Sends it forward, but not all the way through the traffic. Ping-ponged out. This is going to be an icing. And whistle stops play with 12:44 left in period 3. The Rockets were trailing 4-0. They have cut it to 4-1. The shots are 25-13 in favor of the Colonials. Nieves on the dot, Hansen in the slot. Menichello, who grabs it off the face-off win on the near side wing. Over toward Hansen, tries the spin move, couldn't shake off McCaffrey right there. Chipped back by the Colonials. Hansen is going to get to that first and send it back in. They lose it over there. Well, Nieves forces the turnover. Hansen's got it in the corner, goes for Nieves. Nieves draws 2 defenders and is looking to dish it off to Hansen, trying to get it through a couple of legs. Still with it is Nieves. Hansen gets it. Hansen marches at the net. It's loose in front, and she puts it in! Francesca Hansen puts it in! And the Rockets have cut the deficit to 4-2 with 12:11 left. Nieves holding the puck like she had Velcro on her stick. Maybe like the double-sided tape that the NHLers used to use in the 60s. That's what it looked like. She drew 2 defenders and eventually chipped it forward to Hansen, who plowed it toward the net, just kept pushing at it, eventually got a stick on it and chipped it over Riley's right pad. Riley was there. She had the post covered, but somehow the puck found its way through, and with 12:11 left in the third, the Rockets have cut it to 2. Ulrich on the dot, Rizzo on the left side, and Connolly on the right. Connolly picks off the clearing attempt. Rockets clear the zone. Ulrich has it now. Rockets have had other opportunities. Colonials for sure have had the better of the play. Rockets giving them no quarter. Comes to the slot. Rizzo trying to get it. Grennan knocked it away. Kept in by Matone at the point. Matone tries to hold it there. Can't do it. Redmond back at safety gets it. Colonials trying to defend the lead here, and they're still taking some chances. They were going to send 2 of their forwards right behind the D. So they're playing it offensively. They're not in any kind of defensive shell here, and that's probably good news for the Rockets because we've seen them get odd man rushes all season. Not quite at will, but a lot of times at will. Otterbein versus Matone behind the net and the end line. 3 Colonials down below the line, and 1 now moves out to the middle. That's Grennan. And Rizzo's going to pick this one up off the boards and shovel it out. Colonials regroup there. Connolly and Rizzo, the 4 checkers. They'll send it through neutral ice. Jacobus jumps on. Jacobus picks that one off for a moment, but Martel is going to skate it into the zone. She's with Cody behind her and Otterbein on the far side. Rockets change as well. So a bunch of bodies jumping on and off benches for both teams. Sent forward. Connolly was looking for Menichello there. Goes back into the Rockets side of center. Otterbein picks that one off. Menichello grabs it right from her. She's 1 on 5, trying to send it through. Menichello still negotiating it down and allows for the change, the completion of the change behind her. Hansen waiting for that puck to pop out. Kindergarten soccer, as half the girls on the ice are gathered round the biscuit. It eventually comes into the Rockets' defensive zone where Bruno gets it. She tries to steer it up the far boards, finds 2 Colonials there and says, I'm Aaron Bruno. I can take the puck from all of you if I want. And as long as PJ Jacobus sweeps in to help me, I'm going to do just that. Hansen chips it out. She and Menichello have taken a 4-0 deficit and made it into a 4-2 deficit. There's 9:39 left in the game. Nieves was looking to pick that one off, and Moligard sent it through her legs, living dangerously. Martel tries to move it forward. It goes off of a shin pad. Latham is there. She tries to move it in down low and does. It comes to the far side half boards. Martin. She's going to take it right back behind the net. All of that space back there. We can't really say it enough because it's so unusual, and I'm not sure how good it comes over on the camera. Martel moves the puck forward and uses her elbow to push somebody out of the way. There's an attempt right there that's rebuffed from Markland. Chipped off the far boards by Ulrich. She's trying to break out. She's got a lot of Colonials there, practically all of them. Colonials move it forward. They're in offside. They didn't call that. Rockets maybe were complaining about that. They regroup, and Connolly sends it all the way across. It went over Ulrich's stick, but Nieves is going to go by. She's tripped up, and the Rockets are finally going to get a power play. I mean, I guess it just got to the point where they couldn't ignore that one. So they get their first real power play here with 8:32 left in the third period, trailing 4-2. Shots 25-14 in favor of the Colonials. 4-1 for the Rockets. Rather 4-2 for the Rockets. No, 3-1 for the Rockets. I don't know. The Rockets have a bunch of shots in the third. They have a couple more. Hansen on the dot, Mennen in the slot. The far wing is Jacobus, who's trying to sweep through. Hansen eventually wins it. To the point for Matone. Near side point, Redmond. Looking to get it through traffic. Mennen couldn't redirect. It goes off the end boards. Hansen battling there. She has Kepler to deal with. Kepler is able to spin it off. She is trying to get through Jacobus and does that for the moment, sends it down. Let's see if this is an icing. And if it gets over the line, it will be. So the plot thickens as the Rockets have 94 seconds left in their first power play of the game. They spent the majority of the first 2 periods killing penalties. Well, maybe not the majority, but a heck of a lot of time. All the calls were going against them. This one goes in their favor as Redmond retrieves Matone's glove and they have a little chuckle. 8:06 left in the game. Can the Rockets come all the way back? They're halfway there. Comes to the near side point. Redmond gets to it first and sends it forward. Moligard and Cohen, the forwards, killing it off. They've played together, I think, for a million years, regardless of jersey. The last 3, I believe, for the Colonials, 16 and 17 in white. Rockets will try to break out on the power play. Here's Nieves. She'll get over the line on the right side with 55 seconds left in the man advantage. Ulrich battling McCaffrey for it in the corner. McCaffrey goes down. Ulrich had a chance to move it with the skate. Gets it to Nieves. This is how the last goal started. Comes in front. Missed by 1. Shot now. That was Mennen had it there and just was looking for the shot. Sends it at the net. Riley knocks it down and covers it up. Fox came in secondarily and tried to get it through traffic, but it remains 4-2. 7:06 left, third period from Mennen Sports Arena in Morristown, New Jersey. The New Jersey Rockets in black and red. The New Jersey Colonials in white and blue with red. 35 seconds in the power play. Rockets win it. Connolly's going to walk to the net. Connolly tries to shovel it through and it goes through the crease. She scored on a similar shot on Friday night's game, a 4-0 win on the road against the Philadelphia Bells, did Haley Connolly, on the power play no less. She sent it at the crease and it found its way in off of a defenseman's skate. Nieves on the dot, Cook on the far wing and Connolly on the near wing. Colonials are going to break it out, Nocera. Battled by Nieves, will eventually send it in, and that's probably going to do it for the power play. They'll rag it behind the net. Out comes the defending party right through middle ice on the near side of the red line and to her bench, replaced by Grennan. Connolly can't steer it past Grennan, who's going to try to march all the way down. Curls, looking to the middle. Brennan can't get it through, gets it through 1, wrist shot, big save with the glove by Markland. Brennan got through about 3 Rockets there. Cook trying to steer it out. Kepler keeps it in, fires it, it hits the outside of the net on the far side. Under 6 minutes now. Rockets trailing 4-2. Colonials had the first 4, the Rockets have the last 2. Bruno beats 2 Colonials, but the third, Brennan, is able to pick it up in the near corner. She'll skate it behind the end line. Tries to center it, but fanned on the pass, and Ulrich picks it up. Sends it toward the point, but Martel was there. Ulrich steps up to battle Martel. Martel's going to keep trying to walk it down. Eventually, Connolly picks it up, chips it forward for Cook. Cook gets bumped down! Oh, this could be a big one right there. She took the shoulder up high. Let's see if they call it more than just the 2. We've seen this in some of the other games where if the player takes a hit to the head, they've called it 2 and 10. In some cases, what I thought dubiously, in this case, it's just one player going to the box, so it's a standard 2-minute checking penalty. So the Rockets now have turned the tide clearly, and they have another power play here as they try to summit the mountain. They were trailing 4-0. It is 4-2. Matone sends it in for Ulrich. Hansen, who has the second goal, is looking. She has time. Ulrich gets dumped by Mollegard, no call. Matone shot, redirected, it just trickles over the crossbar. It might have been wide. Ulrich to Menichello, tries to center it through for Hansen. Backhand attempt, nullified by McCaffrey. They'll bring it out. This is Mollegard. She'll gain the center line and send it in. Matone's the first there. She chips it up the far side boards where Menichello will pick it up. Menichello will skate into open ice and work the breakout on the power play as Ulrich comes to the bench for Jacobus. Menichello marches all the way down, has it knocked away just at the last moment by Latham. It comes to the point. Matone, wrist shot, shoot, rebound, score! They have nearly come all the way back, and it's 4-3 on the power play goal by Francesca Hansen with 4:35 left. The Rockets were dead, and they have scored the last 3 to close the gap to 1. Menichello got the first, Hansen with the next 2. Even strength both teams. 27-17 the shots as the Rockets close the gap on the shot clock. Jacobus is there. She's got it. She's going to skate it in. Hansen is going to try to pick that up. It gets to neutral ice. Matone chips it to the near side, but Redmond's going to try to hustle that down. The physical play has picked up as well. Centering feed knocked down there. The Colonial actually ran into the Rockets. I think that was Martin. She put her hands up to protect herself at the last moment. Redmond behind her own end line. She sends it toward Matone. Martin's going to keep that in. Martin's going to use the feet. She's going to try to center it, but Redmond is right back there. Here comes Jacobus, sends it up the near side wall. Hansen's going to trick that one through. Martin's going to pick it up in front of her own bench. Curl, try to bring it in on the right side. She does. She's got Sperling in the middle and Cody, the one in first pursuit. It goes to the near side half boards. Rizzo chips it up for Ulrich. Comes down to Sperling. She's going to use time and space. Chip it. Here comes Ulrich. She's got a breakaway, and she's got Rizzo. Ulrich for the tie. Save. Rebound is not there. Rizzo is ready to put it in. Oh boy, the Rockets a millimeter away from tying this game. If Riley lets that puck hit the ice, Rizzo's going to tap it in. 3:14 left. That is the margin. 4-3. Ulrich on the dot. Wins it over to Nieves, who will send it to Ulrich. She centers it for Connolly. Couldn't quite get the one-timer off. Bruno steps in to try to keep it in at the point. She just blocks her player off and prevents the breakout. Latham on the near side boards. The Colonials were in control and they were cruising. They scored 4 goals, and the Rockets have come nearly all the way back. They have 2:45 to solve this riddle. Loose in front, covered by Markland. Oh, that was a quick whistle right there. I could see that puck out from where I am, and the backside official blew it dead. So 1-1 on the quick whistles for each of the goalies. Riley got one in the first period. You hope that when it comes to the officiating that it evens out, and where the Colonials had the majority, well, they had all of the power plays to start. It was 5 or 6 of them to none for the Rockets. The Rockets have had the last 2, and that's helped them get back into this game. Otterbein tries to center it. It's loose in front. One save. Still loose. Picked up by the Rockets. Shifted forward, but not out. Gets to the point, and they keep it in. Still at the point, they keep it in. Bruno, let's see if she elects to do something different. She does, but there's a Colonial there. It's Grennan. She's had a lot of the possession, 9. She'll skate it around the net. Looking. Grennan's still with it. He was looking to go to the point and then sends it in deep. It's behind the net, behind Markland. Nieves chips it forward. It comes back to the point and they ping-pong it in. The Colonials will take this all day. The Rockets keep feeding the point. Redirected by Fox, but it didn't go at the net. Fox for Menikillo, and the Rockets are going to finally get this one out. They probably need a change as well. With 98 seconds left, here comes Menikillo. She's got to pursue it here, and she sends it toward the end line. Markland remains in the nets. Well, I'll keep an eye on it for you because I can't show you everything, and we don't have 12 cameras here to split it. That one's sent down. If Redmond can't get to it, it won't be an icing, and Markland has to play it. Oh, there's a trip right there. Redmond was bumped with the puck not there. That's a slew foot. Geez, that's a dangerous play right there. If you're going for the puck, go for the puck, but it's a questionable play. 1:15 left, period 3. The New Jersey Rockets trailed 4-0. They are going to make an interesting move right here. Markland comes to the bench, and Emma Lacey, the former Colonial, is now in net. And the reason is Emma's a heck of a puck handler, but she also is quick to get to the bench, and Markland actually might be banged up. This one's sent all the way down, onside. Beard gets it out toward the center. Rockets have to pursue here. Let's see if they decide to pull Lacey. She's going to cover that one up. So Markland looks like maybe she did get shaken up there a little bit as she's on the bench and in a little bit of a prone position, and her teammates coming over to her to give her support. 54.5 seconds left in the game. Your backup goaltender has to stay ready if you're fortunate to have one, and the Rockets are blessed in that area to have two excellent netminders. So Lacey stayed ready, and after this face-off in the defensive zone, as the Rockets have taken a timeout, we'll see if as soon as the puck gets into offensive ice, if she heads to the bench for an extra attacker. Last season, the majority of this group had a penchant for scoring goals late in games to erase deficits. We'll see if that carries over to this year, but this game has featured their biggest deficit of the season. Prior to the Colonials building a 4-0 lead, the Rockets had only trailed 1-0 for about half of a game, and then 2-0 for the last 5 seconds of a game against the Mamaroneck State Line Hawks. The face-off will be to Lacey's left. The group out there trying to hustle possession to the other end of the ice will be Ulrich on the dot, Nieves and Menikillo in the slot, Redmond and Matone, the defense pair. Cody jumps in to grab the face-off, sent to the near side by Matone. Rockets trying to chip it out, 45 seconds left. Nieves bulldozes it out. Rockets playing with it in front of their own bench. Colonials will be glad to just kill time there. They'll get it into neutral ice. Menikillo's going to get it. Lacey is heading to the bench. Menikillo can't get into the zone. Matone waits. Onside, she gets it in. Oh boy, they were onside. Everybody put their skates back. They were there, and they send it in, but they call the offside anyway. Let's see if Lacey goes back into the net. Rockets have 6 attackers out there for a moment. Jacobus will hustle off. And the same group will face it off. Nieves trying to shovel it forward. Menikillo there. Lacey hustles to the bench, out of picture. Menikillo will get it and send it toward the net. Jacobus hustles out there. Rockets on the near side trying to get possession. Jacobus down low with 10 seconds. Menikillo, they're running out of time. Let's see if they could find the tying goal. Matone has to release it. Redmond, she's got to get the shot off. It's blocked away, centered, and time runs out on the Rockets' miracle comeback. They just made 1 or 2 too many passes, and they needed to get it at the net right at the end. They couldn't do it, and the Colonials take some rock'em sock'em punches at the end, and they prevail 4-3. The game Rockets hanging in there right till the end. The Colonials built up enough of a lead and enough of a cushion, and they were able to hang on to it all the way through. That's why it's so entertaining when these two teams play. And there'll be a spirited handshake there. And certainly some hellos and hugs after everybody gets dressed and is finished with the locker room. Markland is going to be helped off the bench, so that's not the news that the Rockets were looking for, as Arialis will get a little help heading back to the locker room. There you can see the final. 4-3 for the Colonials, 29-18 the shots for the Colonials, 4-3 they win it. The Rockets nearly rallied all the way back. They just dug themselves a little too deep of a hole in this one, but it seems like the Rockets and the Colonials are always on each other's schedules, not just for the league games, but plenty of other times. And we hope you join us for those. So that's going to do it from Mennen Sports Arena in Morristown, New Jersey. The New Jersey Colonials prevail 4-3 over the Rockets. This is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching. New Jersey Rockets,